Hello, and welcome to the Monster Painter. This week I'm going to make a 28mm table out of one of these pizza savers. So, a pizza saver is one of those disposable bits of plastic that prevents a pizza box from coming into contact with the pizza and thus damaging that tasty za. Now, if I know anything about tabletop gamers, is they eat takeout pizza, so you probably have a few of these things kicking around your house right this moment. When I was a kid, we used to use them as tables with our Kenner Star Wars action figures and all those magnificent adventures. But adults do not play with action figures. Adults play with toy soldiers, and these pizza savers will require a little bit of work to get them tabletop ready. The first step is to scuff the hell out of them with a little bit of sandpaper. These things are essentially one-use disposable plastic garbage, and they're made out of cheap plastic, and they're not going to take the prime well at all unless we rough up the surface so that prime has something to bite onto and hold onto. The second step is to trim down the legs so the table is a more suitable size for 28mm gaming. I'm going to use a proper 28mm table as a guide and then recklessly eyeball the cuts. The plastic is pretty soft and poses little resistance. After I cut the table legs to the appropriate length, I will clean up the bottom of the legs using my trusty utility knife. The pizza savers have been covered in a generous layer of acrylic gesso as a primer, and now I'm going to slather on some raw umber as a base coat. There are no details on these things, so we can be generous and have a nice thick paint film. This will help make the piece a little more durable. After all, we are painting onto some really cheap plastic. In the next step, I dry brush some light brown colors onto the pizza savers. This will give them a little texture, make them look a little more interesting, and make them look a little more like wood, which, as it turns out, is what most tables are made out of. I use a bronze yellow on one and raw sienna on the other because these are my two favorite colors for making things look like wood. So the thing about 28mm tables, proper ones anyway, is that they're made to look like tables. Pizza savers, however, are just made to keep the pizza box from squashing the pizza. So we're going to need a little something extra if we're going to sell these pizza savers as tables. And that thing is gribbly bits. Specifically the kind of gribbly bits you find on top of tables. Now, if I were a better crafter, I would make little bottles out of beads or some such thing. Instead, I will be using these pre-made bits. The brown ones are from a Mantic library kit, I believe, and the white ones are from a WizKids blister pack, which contains some wonderful scatter terrain that I did a whole entire video on. And here are the gribbly bits and the pizza savers, all finished up and ready to come together to make a great table. I painted the gribbly bits off screen as the process was extremely fiddly and tedious and not at all suited for a fast-paced and exciting video like this one. The final step is to attach the Gribblies to the pizza savers. I do this by brushing on a little matte medium to the bottom of the gribbly bit and then plunking them down onto the pizza saver. The matte medium is an excellent glue and it dries perfectly clear, so if there is any excess, it will be transparent and unnoticeable. And with that, the pizza savers have been transformed into tabletop tables, suitable for tabletop gaming. And here is a nice close look at the finished product, pizza savers and gribbly bits. Here is the finished product amongst a selection of their peers, looking very tabley amongst all those tables. And here are the tables in their natural habitat, the evil overlord's study. And doesn't she look pleased with her new Danish modern tables? I've never seen her look so happy. So very, very happy. Next week on The Monster Painter, Dave comes over and we take a look at his brand new copy of Bardsong. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. Ring the bell.
You are watching Les the Monster Painter.